Hey guys, it's LeBurn98 here, and this is actually going to be a quality test video of some PC gameplay footage of Crysis 2. What other game or games that would be well suited for a quality test video than Crysis 2? Before I start talking about Crysis 2 and what I think of the game, as you probably seen in a previous video where I actually showed the Xbox 360 footage, I'll get into that a little bit. First of all, I like to say that I just pre-ordered Dead Island on Steam, and I think I might be getting it for the PlayStation 3 as well. I'm waiting for reviews. I want to see how the game actually holds up on the PlayStation 3 as far as frame rate and network issues, because the big reason I would like to get it for the PlayStation 3 is because I tend to enjoy cooperative games on a console, and now that the PlayStation is my preferred console of choice for online gaming, basically I don't like paying for Xbox Live as measly of an amount as it is. I just want to make sure it's going to be a worthy purchase, considering I already have a pre-order ready for the PC version of Dead Island. So yeah, that's one thing I'll definitely be doing a video of, at least one video. I don't know if I'll be doing multiple. It really depends. I mean, who knows? We could be doing some co-op. Of course, when I say we, I mean me and Boyaka85. Not promising anything, but it is a possibility, I would assume. Of course, NHL 12 will be coming out, not this week coming, but next week, and definitely picking that up, this time for the PlayStation 3. So if anybody wants to play me, or play with me, or whatever, maybe if you want to, hold a little tournament or something like that, definitely, send me a message, and when I do get the game, we'll definitely do that. What else did I get? That's really about it, to be honest with you, for games. Nothing too much. I've been fairly busy with work recently, so I haven't had a lot of time for gaming, but I think that's it for the whole gaming front. Of course, with the holiday season, there's going to be Uncharted 3, definitely picking that up. Gears of War 3, another game I'm going to be picking up. The Halo Anniversary Edition. I mean, there's just so many games out there, and of course, there's definitely third-party games like Batman, Arkham City, and Rage, which, to be honest with you, originally I wasn't all that into. To be honest with you, I'm not really a big id fan. Of course, I'm talking about id Software. Mainly because they haven't made all that many great games since like Doom 2. Of course, or sorry, Quake. I never really liked Doom 3. I think it was a disappointment, to be honest with you. It wasn't a bad game. I mean, of course, at the time the graphics were amazing, and the problem was they changed the game way too much. We basically came from a game that was all about, kick-ass rock music and, shooting as many monsters as you can and stuff. All of a sudden, we turn into a closet horror shooter. You know what I mean? And it was too much of a departure, I guess, is what I'm trying to say, from the games that everyone associated with the Doom brand or so on, the actual name. Again, not that bad of a game, just too much of a departure to consider it a Doom game. Hopefully Doom 4 will change that, but we'll have to wait and see. But again, talking about Rage, so far it's looking actually pretty darn good. Don't know if I'm going to pick it up necessarily on release day. I'm going to wait for reviews and see how it works out from there. As far as other games, I mean, there's probably a lot of games I'm I'm going to be picking up. I just can't think of too many on top of my head. And of course, the 3DS, since I got the Nintendo 3DS, Star Fox is coming out this week or next week or soon. It's coming out soon. And of course, that's the port or remake or whatever you want to call it of Star Fox 64 with 3D enabled or whatever. Like the original game, so I am going to pick it up. I just don't know if I'm going to pick it up on a release day. I want to pick up NHL 12 first, and since I just pre-ordered Dead Island, I want to make sure all the necessary funds, I guess you can say, are there. Yeah, so for 3DS, and then also the Mario game that's coming out, Super Mario 3D. And I think that's it for the most part. Of course, you know, as it is with all my consoles, there's always a game you always forget, and then you pick it up around release day, or as a quick kind of like buy as you go into the store to pick it up. But yeah, that's basically it I can think of for all the upcoming games. Now, this quality video here. What it is, if you notice at the very start, I went through the settings, and the reason why I did that is not necessarily show off. Okay, maybe a little bit of a show off. I mean, everyone has to do the obligatory settings and so on at the start of videos. But the real reason was to show you that I'm playing in 1080p, but this actual video is 720. Now, I didn't record a 1080p video and then in Adobe Premiere downscale it to 720. What I did is I played in 1080p, and then I have it going through a scaler, an HDMI scaler, and what it does is it downconverts the signal, in this case the signal from my graphics card, to 720p. Why would I want to do that? Well, first of all, I'm using the Hauppauge HD PVR to record this gameplay footage, and the problem with that is that it only supports 1080i and 720p. Now, if you know anything about video, you'll know that 720p is by far superior in most instances, especially for gameplay when it comes to video. 1080i looks great when it's still, which is why you usually see it in things like news broadcasts and those type of TV shows and stuff. When it comes to fast action, like a sports perhaps, you would want a 720 or 1080p signal. Of course, 1080 is way too much bandwidth requirement to broadcast that. Now, I mean, in the future, who knows what's going to happen? Obviously, it's, you know, we all know what's going to happen. But at this very moment, I don't think there's any TV broadcasts that actually have a 1080p signal. But I could be wrong on that. There could be some country. I don't believe in Canada we have that. And so, yeah, so basically what my scaler is doing, again, is taking my 1080p signal from my computer and downscaling it to 720 so I can record it in 720. And the reason why I like the Hauppauge so much is that I can record, or sorry, I can play and record with the same computer. I don't have to have a second computer if I, for instance, used my AverMedia HD DVR. Since that uses your CPU, you're actually your computer's processor to do the encoding. There's no way that you're going to be able to play and record at the same time without having some severe effects for the actual quality. And of course, trying to play any game, especially if you're used to computer games, at a 60 frame rate, and then having it drop down to to low 20s or even in the teens, depending on the game, it's really not acceptable. And that's also the reason why I'm not into the whole fraps thing. I don't know how some people can make it work so well, but I've never had luck with it. So that's why I got the Hauppauge. It works great. So if you really want to do PC gameplay footage on one computer, that's definitely the way to go. But like I said, you have to spend a bit of money if you really want to not sacrifice your enjoyment, but at the same time provide gameplay footage for your YouTube channel or whatever, what have you. So yeah, so basically comment on the quality. What do you think? There's no way, like I said, there's no way I can do 1080p. I mean, I could do what I did with my Test Drive Unlimited 2 video and take the 1080i signal and upconvert that to 1080p. But it's a real big pain to edit interlaced video, which is what the I in 1080i stands for. So I would very much like to avoid that as much as possible. 720p is a lot easier to work with since it's progressive, and that's most likely what I'm going to be dealing with, unless there's like a foolproof way of doing interlaced video with the quality intact, which I haven't really found, to be honest with you. So yes, that's basically it for the quality. So again, leave a comment in the comment section. Your feedback is definitely going to be considered, and we'll go from there. Now, since the gameplay, I guess, is about 2 minutes left or so, let's talk about Crysis 2. Of course, in the review, or like the short review or preview or whatever you want to call it, of the first video that I have of Crysis 2, I said I enjoyed the game, and I still do, very much so. I've actually played it a total of around 5 to 6 times through. That's including Xbox 360 and PC. PC, I think I played it around 2 to 3 times, and then on the Xbox once or twice. And then of course there's probably instances where I'm not including, like what I'm doing right now, and picking a random spot to start in. A random mission, rather, to start in. So definitely played it a lot, and with the upgraded graphics or like the DirectX 11 patch that came on the PC, it made me want to play through it again, and it did add a lot to it as far as the graphics are concerned. Obviously, didn't really change the gameplay all that much, and I think that's one of the big stickling points for a lot of the haters, I guess you can call them, that loved Crysis, the original Crysis, but for one reason or another hated Crysis 2. And it's not as open. Now, there is still plenty of freedom in this game. You still can choose, for the most part, what you do. Of course, it is a city environment, so again, you are somewhat tunneled in certain areas where the story needs to be told. And that's one of the things I do like about this game, is that the story is by far superior to the first one. No questions asked. The gameplay, depending on what aspect, open world or like the open environment of Crysis is definitely missed in Crysis 2, but they did improve the actual gameplay mechanics, including stuff like the slide and so on. So overall, it's kind of like a mixed bag, but there's really no comparing the two, to be honest with you. I think they're similar, but at the same time different. So if I had to choose one, I think as a whole would probably be Crysis 2. And I think that's because of the more thought out storyline and the improved controls and so on, especially the stealth controls. I really like the stealth kills and stuff like that. But that's not to diminish Crysis at all. Crysis is still a great game. I still play it to this day. I probably will do a video of that maybe at some point. because it is a good game to murder some trees, and but yeah, that's basically it for this video. So again, let me know in the comments how what you think of the quality, and look forward to some Slapshot. I definitely have some more of those. I'm gonna do for the long weekend, and so anyway, until next time, take care. This is LeBurn98, and I'm signing off.